All right, well, welcome into Nebraska Booze and Babble.
Season 2, episode 11 or 12?
12.
12?
Yeah, we could have
Season 2,
commented. Nobody
episode
would have known
12.
that we didn't know it was 12.
And welcome to Nebraska Booze and Babble, Season 2, episode 12.
Episode 12. All right. Well, we're shooting live. Like we were saying when you couldn't hear us, we do drink before we start the show, so...
Yeah, follow us on Facebook. You get to see our pregame shots.
For sure.
And... 10. Yes, we are definitely episode 12.
Yeah, we're episode 12. My camera's pushed over here.
So here at Nebraska Booze and Babble, we drink booze and we babble about whatever we want to talk about. This week, our host, Chris, is the bartender.
I'm Chris.
I'm Nathan. What did you bring for us today?
I made us a Nebraska Booze and Babble
Meal?
Moscow mule.
Omaha mule.
An Omaha mule.
Even though we're not in Omaha and neither of us live in Omaha.
Right. But we're close enough.
A Nebraska mule.
So what I did was I should have brought out one of the orange cans. I bought a ginger beer that is made here in Omaha, and some Svedka vodka, because it's not the cheapest vodka, but it's also not the most expensive vodka. And you mix that with some lime, and you put it in a copper cup, but we don't do copper cups here.
Can you put your... Oh, we should get copper cups and like etch in our logo on the side. If we really
like these, we could get copper cups and we could have our logo put on them. Right there's our logo. I almost dumped this out trying to make it look straight on the camera.
It's tasty. I mean, it tastes like ginger beer. I could probably do with more vodka.
Yeah,
if I were to be...
Vodka would be like, next round is probably going to have equal amounts of vodka and ginger beer.
Yeah, I like ginger beer. I like the taste of ginger beer.
Where I might have messed up on this, actually?
What?
Because I doubled everything but the vodka.
Oh, yeah. So this is definitely the Chris version. Very light,
Light, sweet, and delicious. Just like me.
And vodka, like, it just takes on the flavor of whatever you're...
It doesn't flavor anything. So I messed up.
Yeah.
So I'll make us some more after these two.
I'd be interested to do ginger beer with, like, moonshine or something, just really super stinking strong.
Some Everclear?
Yeah.
Every time someone says moonshine, I'm like, or I could just buy Everclear.
Well, I mean, I have a bottle of moonshine at home. That's why that's why I keep bringing it up. And I have not used it in any drinks yet, so I'll have to come up with something. But that was the first drink that you brought for us. What is this second drink that you have?
On my way out of the shopping center, I mean Hy-Vee, they had this nifty little new thing, and I'm not a huge wine drinker, but they did have a little, like, canned wines. So I thought, why the heck not?
Chrissy Poo wine.
Chrissy Poo wine right here. It's called Flip Flop Wines Fizzy Rose wine beverage with natural flavors.
So what's with all these wine companies that are like naming themselves after things with feet?
I don't know.
Like you've got Barefoot.
You have to wear feet when you make wine. You have feet and you squash it.
Nah.
No?
I don't want to think of feet when I'm putting something in my mouth. Like I
know what you want to think of when you put something in your mouth.
Seth Sweener.
Oh, speaking of Seth, he's our missing host for the evening.
And his whatever that style was hot dog is phenomenal.
New York
like
style?
No, it wasn't actually New York style. It was something else.
Chicago? I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember. We'll have to. Well, he's invited to my son's birthday party, and we're having hot dogs. So we're gonna just ask him like, "Hey, can you bring some of that meat sauce?"
Can you bring some of your meat sauce?
Yeah, because everything else I can get. Like I can get the celery salt and all of that, but I don't have the recipe for the meat sauce that he made. So I'd need him to do that.
How's your wine?
Huh.
I could actually drink this.
It's not...
So
like people that like wine are not going to like this.
I agree, which is why I like
people that people that do like wine, or I'm sorry, people that do not like wine, this might be a good like stepping stone for them.
Yeah.
It is Is it even carbonated? It's like lightly.
It doesn't taste carbonated.
It's called it's
carbonated
fizzy.
The same way you might have sparkling water.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's not really carbonated, you know.
Yeah.
But it's kind of contains 0% juice. It's 150 calories. It does have alcohol. I don't see.
But yeah, I mean, flavor wise, like it's definitely it's a red. It's not
6.5% alcohol.
I don't know all of the terminology, sweet, dark, dry, all that kind of stuff. It's a little bit sweet, but not super sweet, and it's a red. So it's definitely like an entry. Like if this wasn't in a can and you came over and I was having pasta and I was trying to be cheap, I could pour this into a wine glass and you'd probably like it. And yeah,
this has 6.5% alcohol. That's more than your average beer.
Yeah, wine. Yeah, wine is usually a little bit stronger, but
it's a little bitter.
It's nowhere near my Prairie Fire. That's a 20% wine. That is the best wine on the face of the earth. I think you tried it at the farmer's market.
Farmer's market.
Yeah, but we haven't had like a full bottle of it.
We haven't done a wine or like that type of like mead or anything like that in a while.
Yeah. Well, like I'll just put it this way. If I ever win the lottery or like win a crap ton of money or whatever, I'm going to go to that winery and I don't even need to be written in on the thing. I'm just like, here is $1 million. I want my shelves to always be stocked with that wine and I want you guys to stay in business. Or however much it takes to do that.
How much is
like,
one bottle of the wine?
If they'll, I want to say it's $16, but it's not a full size bottle. It's like a 2/3 size bottle, so it's like a little bit more than your average store cheap wine. And it's in a smaller bottle, but it's so delicious. I love it. It's amazing. But yeah, so how many bottles of wine can you get? $16, $1 million, $16 a bottle. Let's figure this out.
A lot.
Divided by 16.
Enough where you would need another $1 million.
62,500 bottles.
You're gonna need to build a wine house out so you can store all that.
Divided by 365. So if I drank one bottle a year, that would last me, or one bottle a day, that would last me 171 years. So yeah, $1 million, totally fine. Like, I don't even know, like, I mean, if they need to give me like a percent of the company or like 5% or something, I don't really care about that. I just want to always have that wine. Like, whenever they make a batch, I get like a couple cases of it or however much I need. And if I ever run out, I can just like swing by the farmer's market or their shop and just be like, hey, give me more.
Something I would do only with Dr. Pepper. I would still buy stock of Dr. Pepper. Don't pay me out. Just keep sending the Dr.
I
Pepper.
don't think $1 million to Dr. Pepper is as big of a deal as $1 million to a local winery.
No, it's not. But it might be enough to get me a lifetime supply of Dr. Pepper.
Oh yeah, maybe, probably.
I feel like I'm not going to spend $1 million on it. Think about it. A Dr. Pepper 12-pack is $4 maximum.
Well, I mean, so let's think about it this way. It's $16 for the bottle of wine, and it's like $4 for a 12-pack of Dr. Pepper.
So that's the amount.
Yeah, so 171 years divided by 4 would be a little over 43 years.
Oh, no.
So you could drink a case of Dr. Pepper a day for 43 years.
4 times the amount of years that you could drink your wine. My $4 case. So I can take 4 cases of Dr. Pepper a day.
Yeah, I totally messed that up.
For the same amount of years you could drink your bottle.
Okay, so yeah, $1 million bucks is $1 million bucks is probably a lifetime.
$1 million bucks is a lifetime.
Well, they said that it's actually good for you to drink a glass of red wine each night before you go to bed.
Heart thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't think it's supposed to be 20%.
Probably not, or a whole bottle, just a glass.
So, my wife had bought me a bottle of it. Just she had come home randomly and she had seen them and bought a bottle, and so I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And I went and I got a glass and drank it. And then I was like, that's just so good. And I like got another glass and drank it. And then I did like a half glass because I knew I shouldn't do a full third glass and drink it. And then laid down because we were going over to her parents' house for dinner. So I was laying down for about half hour, 45 minutes or so. Woke up and I was like, you need to drive.
Jesus. Yeah, I mean 3 glasses of 20% wine.
Yeah, because it's not mixed. You're just straight up drinking, and it wasn't a wine pour either. Like I filled up the wine glass each time, so I drank too much of it in too short of a period.
Well, that's how we do things here at Nebraska Booze and Babble.
That is.
Well, we have a. Oops, I clicked on the wrong thing here. Let me get back. We have a. I don't know what you want to call it. A topics page. On that topics page. Oh, there it is. I just clicked off of it though, so we're gonna lose it. So on that topics page, we have our Facebook open. Let's go to the computer only. That's what you can see. So if you're seeing right now, you have like our background and the two of us right here. Me, Nathan, and then you have our little Facebook page up there, so we can actually zoom in on that and show you the whole Facebook page.
Yep.
So these are our discussed topics throughout the day. I imposed this one, Nathan did. I also did not read this, but I like where we're going with the concept.
So basically, what the person was saying is that some people in life have an unfair advantage, and that advantage typically is geared towards certain demographics, and that advantage is passed on from generation to generation to generation. So
are you using the word advantage in place of privilege?
Privilege, there we go.
God
yeah.
damn it.
So basically what they're saying is it's not fair that these white people get money from their white parents that they've been saving up for years and years and years. So instead, and it's not fair that they get that money for doing nothing. And this is the funny part. It's not fair that you get money for doing nothing. So I'm this person's child. Yeah, I got money for doing nothing. So we should take that money and give it to other people who also did nothing for that money.
Did nothing and are lazy about it, okay? That's where I'm. So now I'm not. I see it. I didn't read this, so I was like, oh yeah, I like that concept. I like the concept of Donald Trump's son funding our welfare state because maybe the rich people that end up voting that shit into place would be like, oh, enough of this bullshit.
Yeah.
Cut it out. But no, now I'm seeing where you're going.
So basically, this would be if Donald Trump dies, he can't pass a dime to his kids. All of that money gets repossessed by the government and put directly into the welfare system.
And then all the people who having babies and don't want to work get to keep on having babies and not working.
Yep.
I'm 100% against
so I'm totally the opposite. I'm even against having a death tax, and that's what it is. It's a double tax. I am taxed on every single dollar because I report every single dollar of my income. I'm taxed on every dollar of my income that I get my entire life, and then that has to be taxed again before I pass it to my kids.
Oh, yeah.
That is a double tax. It's a death tax. It's a double tax. And they're like, no, 100% tax that shiz.
No.
So, yeah, no, I'm not.
Fuck you lazy bitches.
Exactly.
I don't believe you should get welfare at all. And I've been down on my luck. I've had no job. It's not the government's job to give me money.
So, there's a safety net is not there to live off of and survive.
Correct. It's a safety net.
A safety net catches the acrobat, they get back up, and they get back on their feet.
And they do the same thing again.
Yep. There are people that do legitimately need it. So, like, people that are, like, just physically or mentally or whatever are incapable of working. I do think as a forward society that we should, we should take care of those kinds of people. And I do believe that there should be, like, so unemployment is not welfare. That's a system that you pay into, and you are guaranteed that money if you lose your job for a set period of time and all that kind of stuff.
But it shouldn't be something you can take advantage of, like people do. It's ridiculous.
If you're getting money, you should be doing something.
Track of how much you put in, so that that's all you get back.
Yeah.
Like a savings account. So
the example that I always use is that welfare obviously is funded by tax dollars and all of that.
Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. When I worked at a crappy company that I won't name, I had to call USPS fairly regularly to check tracking information and all of that so that I could close out these cases. And there were times where I would be on hold for an hour and a half to 2 hours at a time. That's a government position. That's a call center. Call centers can pop up anywhere and do that kind of work. They don't even need to have like a USPS call center. They can have call centers where they're segmented or trained to take calls for healthcare.gov, USPS, all that kind of stuff. Like, if you're getting money, anybody can sit at a computer and answer the phone. So, like, if you've passed everything and, like, you still are not able to get a job and you still are not able to do whatever, well, then until you get a job, here's where you work to keep getting your paychecks.
I like that idea. You know what? I really like that idea. I super like that idea.
Nathan Cunningham, 2020.
Bernie, hindsight's 2020. Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, so
I wish I would have read that article. I would have been more fired up about it.
Yeah. So you know how Kanye West said he's running for president in 2020.
So said The Rock.
There's no way Kanye is going to get out of it. Like, somebody is going to have to, it's going to be brought up. They're going to keep asking him, are you running? Are you running? Are you running? And he's either going to have to say no, or he's going to have to actually do it. I want him to do it because I want to see him and Donald Trump in a debate.
Him, Donald Trump, and The Rock says he's running, and he says he's running
like,
Republican.
Legitimately, he is running.
The article I read two different articles that seem to back each other up with no other articles saying they weren't true.
Yeah.
So that lends me to believe in them.
Yeah.
But he seems to be slightly serious about this. I don't understand why, again... So had this been 5 years ago, I would say I don't understand why somebody who makes millions of dollars a year would want to run for president. But now we have somebody like that, so I can't say that that's the case. Was it a little bit quiet?
Yeah. You
or me?
You.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm like talking right into this mic. Actually, somebody on Twitter or on Twitch told me that earlier, and I didn't. I turned it up a hair, but I must have not turned it up enough. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. I mean, I can talk louder if I need to. All right, moving on to the next topic. Whoa. This topic was a feisty and still is a feisty topic.
Were we not on last week?
We were on last week, but I think we skipped it because I said I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Because we definitely talked about the school here in Omaha getting all these helmets.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident we talked about Stranger Things. I don't recall talking about that.
Oh, no. We did talk about the transgender thing because you talked about how your dad...
Right, I did.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what? We probably talked about the death tax thing, too.
We might have.
This is a drinking show.
This is a drinking show. You know why this isn't a thing anymore?
Why?
North Korea threatened us. Notice how quickly that faded away into La La Land.
Yeah. What do you think of that?
North Korea?
Yeah.
I feel like everybody in the world's most powerful military nation should calm the fuck down when the little tiny chihuahua barks at you just because he happens to have rabies.
So...
Following me on that whole...
Why the crap are they barking at us?
Because they're fucking stupid. Chihuahuas are dumb. They always bark at the great big dog, and they always get their shit handled. They might hurt the big dog a little bit.
I love the whole, like, we will rain down fire and fury like the world has never seen.
No, you won't. You won't. You just won't.
So
one of the guys at my work was like, well, dude, you know what they could do that nobody's ever done is they could attack us on land, on our own soil. I was like,
at Guam?
Here in America, on North America, 48
I was like,
are you fucking stupid? There's no fucking way in hell that any other nation on this earth could forcibly land any of their military personnel on our shores and make it further in than 50 miles. The only way modern warfare happens is by air, nuclear. There is no fucking landing ships coming in from the ocean, hitting the East Coast, dropping a bunch of soldiers like the Battle of Omaha. Okay? That shit is not happening.
Yeah.
No, and it's not like they're gonna land on the islands of Hawaii. We don't give a shit. Hawaii can go down. Like,
yeah.
But no, it's gonna be airplanes. They could attempt to fly airplanes at us. Again, it would take some real special airplanes and some really bad fuck ups on our part, like Pearl Harbor level fuck ups, for them to actually land an airplane attack.
Yeah.
No, the only way that North Korea attacks us is they launch an intercontinental ballistic missile, which we will then shoot out of the sky.
Hopefully.
I have faith in our missile defense system.
I have realistic faith in our
we're
missile
also in the
defense
center of the
system.
United States, so they'd be shooting towards
our
the coast.
missile defense system is not what it should be because of Obama.
Agreed.
100%. I can tell you more about that off air.
F Obama.
North Korea is not getting anything done.
No,
but
they're not. If
yeah.
North Korea rolls out a machine that looks like it could shoot an actual missile that we think we have fear of, we would obliterate it. My opinion, though, here's my real opinion on North Korea. We need to load up a few jets off of one of our aircraft carriers. We need to roll in, haze the entire place. Innocents, non-innocents, child, women, men. Just raise it to the ground.
That's against the Geneva
Then hand it over to South Korea and be like, you got your whole country back. Leave us the fuck alone. Pull all the Americans out and be like, all right, it's going to take at least 50 years for South Korea to get their shit together. Have a nice time.
So what I found amusing was that obviously Trump is being Trump, and he's going off and saying his thing, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, shut up, shut up, shut up, and you're blowing this out of proportion, all of that. But did you hear the quote from General Matisse?
I guess I did.
Okay, I'm going to read this. I'm going to read this for the viewers. And this is Mad Dog Matisse. Like, he does not just say crap. What he says is what he does. The DPRK must choose to stop isolating itself and stand down its pursuit of nuclear weapons. Regime's actions will continue to be grossly overmatched by ours and would lose... Oh, wait. No, that's not the right quote. Crap. Kim Jong-un should take heed of the United Nations Security Council's unified voice and statements from governments the world over who agree the DPRK poses a threat to global security and stability. And that's not... Why do they have this all broken up? I'm so sorry. I jacked this up so bad. Basically, it ends with stop what you're doing or it will lead to the destruction of your people and regime or whatever. And it's like, it's one thing coming from Trump on Twitter. It's a whole other thing coming from him in like an actual press
When the general who has no political agenda that we can tell is like, dude, we'll fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Stop. Stop barking before we send the boxers over.
I don't remember who it was, but there was somebody that was like, there's Mattis. But there was somebody that was saying that he has a history of effing S up. I'm not drunk enough, but yeah, like don't mess with him. So
don't mess with us. We're like, so the way Texas is to the United States, other states, that's how the United States is to the rest of the world. Don't mess with the United States.
Yeah. So one of our viewers says we still can't defend against a supersonic missile.
They have to have one.
Yeah. North Korea.
This is freaking North Korea. They kind of sort of might maybe have a nuclear bomb. And by nuclear missile, we mean they have some like 100-year-old plutonium wrapped around a rocket somewhere, which could be more like they got like a dirty bomb possible, but it's North Korea. Really, I'm saying just haze them all.
So realistically, though, I don't know. I mean, you would have to be a complete moron to like. So it's one thing with like terrorists because it's not
they
like,
are morons and they're kind of slightly suicidal in the first place.
They don't have like this is my place. This is like my country, except for like ISIS. They're trying to start a country, but most of the time it's like we don't know where they are. Right. We can't.
Their fear of retaliation is way
back.
lower because they're basically living in gopher holes.
North Korea, it's like they're right there on the map.
And your map, your space on the map is pretty tiny. Like, we have enough subs ready to go.
And you're also extremely isolated. Like, we don't. So
what I was telling some of the guys at work, I was like, you know what? A lot of people Americans don't realize is we have a lot of military personnel with a lot of brand new, really fancy, modern military weaponry itching for a reason to pull those triggers. Like just going, you know what? We did all this training. I wonder what would really happen if we launched these guns on our ship that can shoot 25 miles away.
Yeah,
it would be pretty cool to pull the trigger, don't you think?
Do
you know
we
they're
actually
sitting there
have
thinking
the railgun installed yet?
There are. I think there's one.
I know
the
they're
brand new one has a rail.
on.
The brand new battleship. I don't know. I don't follow it that closely, but I feel like something said it had the railgun on it.
Yeah,
but that's 25 miles. You know, some Seaman level 1 is like, oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, tell me to launch. Tell me to pull this trigger. Like Cookie, like what's his name? Not Denzel. Cuba Gooding Jr. in Pearl Harbor. You know there's a cook just waiting for the chance to throw the 50 cal on his shoulder and just... You know what I'm saying? You know that he's just waiting for that chance.
I remember I don't remember which... I was watching some video on like modern America weaponry and stuff, and they were like, the big thing used to be shooting a bullet with another bullet. And like now we could shoot an ant riding on top of that bullet. Yeah. Like it's just absolutely ridiculous.
So did you watch the Grand Tour season 1?
Oh, it's running now.
Season 1.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, season 1. I haven't. Yeah, I haven't seen season 2, but I've seen season 1.
Season 2's not out yet, but season 1. You recall when they got the Australian Army or Navy to let them to shoot the truck that he built. It was like 5 miles off 5 miles offshore, and it like boom and blew the shit up. Like, why would you fuck with that kind of stuff? Like, and then we were also talking about at work. What if North Korea could like all of a sudden invade and just drop people? And I'm like, there's a movie where that happened. It's a remake of an old movie. It's called Red Dawn. It didn't go so well for North Korea.
Was it North Korea in that movie?
It was the Koreans in Red Dawn, and they like somehow magically land all this military personnel in the United States and a bunch of because what happens when you land if you actually manage to land North Koreans in Texas? What do you think happens?
They die.
Yeah, and not from the Army, Navy, or Coast Guard. It's the Texans that are like, this is my oil shit. So y'all going down.
I want to say it was so during World War II, it was either Japan or maybe it was Italy or whatever, but one of them, like, they had actually discussed, like, we need to stop America, we need to invade America so that they focus the attention over there and not over here. And one of the generals or whoever leader's reaction was like, at that point, we're not even worried about the military. There's more guns behind every door than we have soldiers to send over there. Like, you don't have to, no.
If you manage to invade the United States, every single state has gun laws that will go out the window. There are so many Americans.
There's some states that might.
You honestly believe in the state of New York, even though they have no allowance for guns?
If
there aren't guns?
If they got, it wouldn't happen immediately. Like if California was invaded.
You don't think the ghetto superstars come rolling out with their AKs out of nowhere?
Well, California,
we know we weren't supposed to have these, but I mean, it's a good thing we do.
The most left-wing liberal nut job state on the opposite end of the country. I don't know
Good
that
luck.
they would.
I tell you, good luck, because guess what California has plenty of? Gangs. And you know the only time the gangs are going to be like, oh, we have to protect white bread, white privileged guys over here? When some other country tries to come in and take care of those white bread. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's...
I'm 88. I'm 77. No. Today we America.
Today we America. Everybody have the red, white, and blue. Like, that's just the way it would go. Like, I don't feel like there's any location you could come at us from that the citizenry of the United States wouldn't stand up, and maybe California, because of their safe places, they might feel like they have some kind of safe place that they can be like, oh, they won't hurt us here in our safe place.
Are we okay with this episode not being monetized for an epic moment?
Yes. I mean, how many people are even watching? 2, 3, 5, 10? Fuck yeah!
And this is why the world hates us, is because of this exact thing. Answer to America!
Fuck yeah!
Oh, wait, this is the good part. Oh wait, it's after that, but yeah.
The only redeeming part of that entire movie.
That movie was ridiculous.
That movie is ridiculous.
I mean, like, so when I saw the description of like that it had puppet on puppet sex, like I was just kind of expecting like,
Nope.
No, it's like straight up they
That's
shot
Cinemax level.
Porn with puppets.
Yeah, it's Cinemax. It's at least Cinemax level.
Oh man.
Oh.
So transgender in North Korea, we're done with.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Next topic: man stabbed woman he met on a dating site 119 times after she told him she was transgender. So back on transgendered.
Okay, so this was not about transgenders in the military. Was the last one transgenders in the military? Or did we just...
We just had two transgenders in a row.
Yeah.
We are banging transgenders tonight. I mean, banging out transgendered articles.
So, but this comes to the whole question of...
humanity. Basic human dignity. Fucking goddamn it. If you go on a date with a girl who you then find out has a penis...
After intercourse.
Well, no. You should have found out about the penis as you started intercourse.
They were post-surgery, though.
Oh, so then there's no penis.
Yeah. And then it was like, well, after having sex, laying in bed and stuff, that is when they said, I didn't feel comfortable telling you this, but I'm a dude that had a surgery to be a girl.
And now I have an innie.
Yeah.
And you just put it in my innie.
Yes. And
so I can understand.
When the dude...
I can totally understand being angry. I can understand being betrayed. I can understand never speaking to this person again.
I'm in no way condoning what they did.
But I cannot understand killing that other person.
Yeah. But so the question is, and I guess this is, there's an app community that I'm in that's basically just memes. Like, it's just constant memes. And there's chatting and all that kind of stuff. And so one of the more outspoken users is a transgender person. And I get into discussions with them on a regular basis. They're also British, and they hate when America says that America won World War II. So America won World War II.
We didn't drop those atomic bombs. I mean, I'm Japanese background, and so, but I'm pretty confident America won World War II. I want to join this app community and have a discussion with this fella.
Yeah,
I mean, did I just fuck up and call him a fella, her, it, she thing?
Well, I was gonna say that's actually why.
What's her pronoun?
I like Asians. You know, I have a thing for Asians, but I'll never date a Japanese girl.
I know you like
because you have to break up with them twice because it's the second bomb you drop that they finally get it. So, anyways,
that was awesome. I've never heard that one. That was great.
I've gotten into this discussion with And I don't know what his pronoun is, so I'm using his.
That's fine.
I'm not being rude. I legitimately don't know. And so he said that that's actually a legitimate fear of people that are transgender, is they don't want to come out as transgender because they feel like they'll be rejected. But like,
too bad.
That's kind of the point, is that like,
you were man enough, woman enough to stand up and say, I have a woman trapped inside me, let her out. Be man enough, woman enough to say that to the dude before you let him fuck you.
Yeah, you don't want a relationship with somebody that doesn't want you for who you are. Are you going to face more rejection because
yes, you are, because it's not natural? Yes.
Exactly, but that doesn't give you the right to
lie.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I 100% understand that somebody would be upset that they found out.
I don't understand being so upset you crossed that line.
Not condoning
like,
murder.
I can't imagine anything in my life making me so upset I commit murder.
Yeah.
Like, there's something already wrong with that person that flipped the switch.
Yeah.
Like, that's not normal. Then if I personally, being a straight, even though I'm Asian, I'm considered white.
Yeah.
A straight white male American, all the privilege you could stack on me. If I were dating somebody, got with them, had sex with them, and then found out that he was a guy who put his penis inside himself and made it into a vagina, I would not do anything other than be really upset, stop the relationship, and move on.
Yeah.
I definitely ain't telling nobody. Because, one time somebody told me this. You could be a bridge builder all your life, but if you suck a cock just one time, you will never be a bridge builder, but you will always be a cocksucker.
Wow.
I finished my wine and my Moscow Mule.
Oh, I don't have much left of my Moscow Mule. Here you go.
But in reality, I mean, seriously, that's just outrageously stupid. But I don't know why this surprises anybody. Lorena Bobbitt got mad at her husband and cut his dick off. This is called relationship craziness. It's not transgender attacking.
So the issue, though, is that what he was saying is that it shouldn't even be a problem to that person.
Why? That's not a girl.
They should 100% be treated as a girl.
No, they shouldn't.
Like, there shouldn't even be this mentality of,
can she have my baby? The only reason I get with a girl is because I want to have family with her.
Yeah.
So if she can't have my baby, and don't give me the whole, what if she's barren? She needs to tell me that too before we get married.
Yeah.
Because that's a legitimate thing. If you're barren and you know it, then you should not hide that from me, because I want to have a child with you. And if I can't have a child with you, that will come into my decision on whether I make a lifelong mating with you.
And I think that just comes down to, like, you need to be open and honest about things in your relationship. That is definitely something that needs to be said. Yes. I'm not okay with this whole, like, oh, no, it doesn't need to be... Like, no, they legitimately...
And I respect the transgender community enough that if they say, hey, I know I look like a dude, but I want you to call me her. Okay, I'll call you Jackass if you want me to call you Jackass. It don't matter to me. I'm not going to go out on a date with you, but I can be your friend. We can hang out.
I'm not a bigot for not wanting to date a transgender person.
I don't want to date other dudes. That doesn't make me sexist against men.
I'm not like a homophobe because I don't want to date another girl. I have preferences in terms of race for who I date as well. Correct.
I don't think that black girls are that pretty. I'm sorry, black ladies.
Am I racist because I don't want to date a particular...
I'm not racist that I don't want to date black people. I'm not
helping my argument.
No, you are. I'm not racist that I don't want to date black people.
Yeah.
You're not racist you don't want to date white people.
I don't like tall girls. I've never dated
let's be real,
though.
A girl who's too tall for you is way tall, okay? You're like, what, 6'1"?
6'4".
That's a fucking tall chick right there. A 6'5" girl, that's tall. Most girls are taller than me. So.
I actually did go on a date one time, and it was it's actually kind of a funny story. I had been not dating for a while. My friend was like, "Hey, I know it's kind of weird, but I actually think you'd like my ex, and like you should totally message her and see what happens." And so I was like, "Okay." So I went to his MySpace, looked up this girl, and was just like, hey, I'm friends with so-and-so, and like kind of started messaging and crap.
Sure.
Well, after it was like 3 or 4 months of messaging, we finally went out on a date. And she was taller than me.
Wow.
I was 16 at the time, so I was probably like 6'1" to 6'2", but I was like still pretty tall.
A 6-foot girl's tall.
Yeah, she was taller than me. And it turns out that she had the same name of the girl that I was supposed to be messaging, and this was a friend of his younger brother.
So you were messaging the wrong girl the whole time?
Yes. She had also lied about her age. So she was like younger than me and taller than me and had lied about her age and all that kind of stuff. And
so that's a totally legitimate reason to stab her 119 times.
Nope. But the funny thing was, like, right before the date, she was like, hey, is it okay if I bring my friend? And I was like, yeah, if I can bring my friend. Our friends hooked up and started dating.
That's awesome.
Yeah. At the movie that we went to the date on, they hooked up.
Love connection.
In the movie theater, in the row behind us on our first date.
Kissing?
A little more than kissing.
Brown chicken, wow. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And I mean, I couldn't put my arm around her because it's uncomfortable.
I don't want to hear you whine about, dude. My whole life, everybody's been my height.
It's uncomfortable to do this.
Lisa's a quarter-inch taller than me. I don't want to hear it.
You can date. You can find shorter girls.
I could, like
Lily. I dated two girls that were 4'11".
That's fucking almost midget status. 4'9" midget status, bro.
I dated two girls that were 4'11". One of them was 93 pounds. 4'11", 93 pounds.
I dated a girl that was 6'1".
Right? I would never.
That would be. Well, that'd be shorter than you, but
I still won't do it.
That's actually 5. That's 6 inches taller than me.
Like 5'5" to 5'6" with shoes on is like my max.
This girl was 6'1".
Yeah.
Like when she rode the motorcycle with me, I used to have a sports bike. She'd sit on the back, and we get the stoplights, and she would put her feet down, and I would not. And she could see over my, like, her helmet was higher than my helmet.
So bringing this back together, it's okay for us to have preferences.
Correct.
And if one of those preferences, you at one point in time were a dude, I'm okay with people not wanting to date you because of that, and you should 100%. Be too. So
100%. And the whole thing of being transgender, you're supposed to be proud of who you unlocked, right?
Yeah.
So announce that shit to the world. I don't buy this, but whatever. Earth's 2017 resource budget was spent by August 2nd. I don't buy that. There's no resource budget. Just saying. I didn't read the article because climate change discussion doesn't interest me at all.
Yeah.
Call me a Christian right-winger, but whatever.
Yeah.
I wonder what flat Earth people think of the eclipse.
Okay.
I don't know where that came from.
There cannot literally be people.
There are legitimate people who believe the Earth is flat.
At this point, they're just trying
to... Trolls.
They're trolling.
They're lifetime trolls is what they are.
There's no way. Like, if you...
That's like the people who say we never went to the moon. It was all staged. Like, you can't be that fucking stupid. Like, you cannot be that stupid. Now, yes... if you think that we went to the dark side of the moon and found a transformer, you watched the wrong documentary.
Yeah.
But, God damn it. I can't handle these people. Seth, if you were here, we'd talk about it. Female student harassed, threatened by the college after insisting her boyfriend did not abuse her.
Yes!
Read that one more time, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my gosh!
Harassed and threatened by her college after she insists she was not abused.
Okay, so scroll up a little bit. So what did I say?
By the way, I highly respect Ben Shapiro.
Oh yeah, I love Ben Shapiro.
This article wasn't clear if the investigation. I can't read it because I'm too far away.
The article wasn't clear if the investigation ended with him being expelled from school or not, but he was suspended and is no longer enrolled at the school, and the investigation has been sealed so people can't see what the outcome of it. So I do understand that there are victims who attach to their abuser and will defend that abuser. Right. Stockholm syndrome, right. That is a thing. But there's a difference between there are signs that somebody is being abused.
You can tell somebody who's clearly in the norm and somebody who's outside abnormal.
Exactly. apparently what it was is I don't know if they're both athletes. Like I think she's tennis or something and he was like either football or basketball or whatever, but they're both like athletes at the school and they apparently like to show off physically and they were wrestling or whatever, and that's kind of how they get off or whatever it is that they do. And somebody apparently saw this going on and reported it. And then they took 100% the word of that one person. They
they took the word of a person who walked by a dorm room while two people were fucking.
Yes.
And
or doing whatever it was that
they
were doing. And
that's insane.
They physically, they would not let him near her. They would not let them talk to each other, or else there was going to be more
out of control
kind of crap and all of that. And then she had even gone to Twitter to say, I cannot believe, she said she was being treated like a victim. And they were like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You're being abused. You're a victim. We're here to help you. Blah, blah, blah. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. And I think they even were threatening legal crap against her for publicly saying he's not abusing me. And they
for defending the defamation case that he's got against the fucking school?
Exactly.
Ridiculous. Oh my God.
Yeah.
What kind of United States are we living in?
Yeah, it's guilty until proven innocent, basically.
That's what it's supposed to be, is innocent until proven guilty, right?
Yeah, that was hilarious.
This one I love. I gotta say, I got whoa. I love this article right here. The Seattle mayor caught colluding to squash damaging minimum wage report. Now that might read to you like the mayor was trying to squash the fact that $15 an hour is positive and doing good things. No. The mayor of Seattle was trying to keep the investigation hush-hush since they investigated and researched what happens when you pay $15 an hour minimum wage.
And they're not even at $15 an hour yet.
And it's not good for Seattle.
They're at $13 an hour, and it has already negatively impacted
record
people.
Amount of business closures. Almost little to no small businesses exist. And even the big companies are starting to automate and hire less people. And you know who's not getting jobs? People without an education.
The minimum wage workers.
The minimum wage workers.
Yep.
16, 17, 18-year-old high school employees.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants you if you can't work full time.
Yep.
If you can only work nights and weekends, and you have to have Friday nights off for football, you ain't getting a job at Dairy Queen no more.
Yeah.
That's horseshit.
So what did you read the full?
I did.
Yeah. So he was excited about this research and was like, "Oh my gosh, send me whatever you have over now. I want to get a sneak peek of it and stuff." Because he was excited.
Fully expected it to be a positive.
Yeah. And then it came out and it was negative, and it showed that it had a negative impact. So then they were like, well, shoot. They had said that they needed to do, not publish that, not present that or whatever. Can you run some other quick numbers that make it look good? And we'll report that instead.
He
his agenda failed. He's wrong, but he's willing to drive their economy into the toilet because he doesn't want to admit that they were wrong.
Right.
That's politics for you.
That's politics in America for you guys. Also, all you guys that want $15 an hour. No.
Did you read that?
I only read this, and it was enough for me to go, figures.
Yep. The man who helped Michelle Obama with the school lunch program was caught embezzling money from the school lunch program he helped create.
Another example
Poetic
of the Obama
justice.
legacy. Oh, I want to know about.
Okay.
Hold on, let me pop it onto the computer.
So.
Yep. Tell me about this.
As you're well aware, there's PlayStation View, you got Sling TV, Direct TV now, Hulu TV, YouTube TV, just more and more and more of these internet TV companies that keep coming out every single day.
Yes.
I have been researching them and looking through them, looking at the channels that they have available, what's live stream, what's not live stream, on demand, all that kind of stuff, because I really truly believe that is the future of TV. Cable TV as it stands right now needs to change and internet TV is the thing that's going to change cable TV. My problem with the internet TV packages has been that I do watch a wide variety of shows. I have a son. He likes Disney Junior, Nick Jr., Paw Patrol, SpongeBob, all that kind of stuff.
I don't know any of those things you're talking about.
Exactly. I also have a wife. We watch HGTV, Travel Channel, Food Network.
I don't know any of those things either.
There are various shows. I don't watch Walking Dead anymore, but like there was AMC shows that I watched. There's a show on TBS, I think, that's about William Shakespeare, like before he was super famous, that I am legitimately going to start watching. Like that looks really interesting to me. And so there's a lot of channels and a lot of content that I do actually watch. It seems like whenever you look at the internet TV, you always have to get rid of some channels. It's like you can't have everything you want all in one pot. Otherwise, you're basically paying the same that you were through cable, if not more, and most of the time it's more.
Which ones were you looking at?
All of them. Like, I have a spreadsheet. Whenever a new one comes out, I update it with what channels it has, whether it's live, whether it's on demand, all
you're
that
right,
kind of stuff.
When we went to PlayStation View, because it's $30 instead of $160.
Yeah.
We lost 2 channels we cared about. The Nick Jr. channels.
Yeah.
That was it. I was willing to take $100 pay cut for those 2 channels.
Well, yeah, and I mean, that's... Gosh,
now,
dang it.
It's not... and I get what you're going with. Like, how come somebody's not out there going a la carte? $30, you pick 12 channels. Whatever that is.
No, I don't even want the 12 channels. I just want... Deliver me the same crap I get through cable over an internet connection. Like, I'm tired of doing that. So, my cable right now, it was... We were paying $68 something a month. We get 240 channels, and we had a DVR. We do so.
You
in
listed
full
to me about
honesty,
9 that you actually watch.
Well, I could go through.
I'm just teasing.
Whose line is it anyway? The Penn and Teller Fool Us. I watch America's Got Talent. I mean, watch
that's local broadcast.
Well, yeah, that one is yes, but I'm just showing watch
I'm saying,
wide.
You can't get that over the internet. Like PlayStation View does.
ABC does have live streaming through the Apple TV now.
Well, all the apps do. Like CBS has live streaming too.
You have to pay for CBS
you have to pay for their app,
though.
which I do because
ABC
Star Trek's coming out.
Free live streaming through the app right now.
Oh yeah.
Yep, I can get live streaming through the ABC app now.
But
and because ABC did it, NBC is going to be doing it soon.
Ooh,
that's the
CBS
one thing.
They're going to charge forever.
Screw CBS. There's
you know
nothing good on CBS.
There's about to be.
What? Oh,
Star
Trek. Yeah.
And I watch Big Brother.
Oh, okay. There you go. But yeah, so we do at the apartment complex that we come with, they have basic cable included. So add on $40 because I get a $40 credit to my cable bill. So even with everything, it was $108 a month for 240 channels, our internet, and a DVR with like DVR recording service and all of that.
Sure.
But we pay $68 because we get that $40 credit. So I called up Cox because our box rental is $12.99 a month, and the DVR service is $8.50 a month. So I called Cox and I was like, we don't really use the cable box anymore. I do everything through the Apple TV. I'm going to turn in this cable box, and then you guys are going to take that $21.49 off my cable bill, okay? And they're like, well, no. They said, well, if you do that, they said we have an app-only version of cable that we can offer. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that you guys offered that. Do I get the same channels that I have now, and how much is it? And they said, well, no, you'd go down to 70 channels. So we have 240. We'd be going down to 70. It's a little bit more than you're paying now. Woo. And there's also a minimum internet requirement.
So we get to charge you more for your internet too.
And you'd have to upgrade your internet as well. So I'd be going to less than a third of the channels that I have now, and overall paying double what I'm paying now.
That's Cox for you.
Screw that. No, I said no, I'm not interested in that. I'll just turn in the cable box and you guys take the $21.49 a month off my cable bill. And they were like, well, no, because you need your cable box for cable. And I said, no, because I use it through the Apple TV. I don't ever use the cable box. It's been sitting there, never gets used anymore. I'm just going to watch cable through my Apple TV. And they were like, well, we can't give you service if you don't have
We don't want you to use the Apple
Cox
TV
product. Exactly. And this was all through chat, by the way. So I said, no, actually, here you go. Dropped in a link that said, use your own equipment with Cox cable. And what it is it's a $199 a month charge. So $199 versus $21.49 for a cable card that's meant to plug into like a TiVo box or whatever.
Right.
And then I can use my own device.
And I'll just lay this card on my counter. I don't give a shit.
Exactly. They asked me if I needed them to ship the card. I said, no, I don't need it for anything. I'm using my Apple TV.
I'll just pay the $2
I was like,
a month.
charge me the $2 a month if you need to charge me the $2 a month, but you're taking off the $21.49. So they were like, one moment, please. And like 3 minutes later, we've decided we'll remove the cable box. You need to turn it in tonight, blah, blah, blah. And so when I went and I turned it into the store, I told the guy, he just started laughing. He was like, yep, you got him there. So now
you do, like, it's ridiculous.
Oh, and we added HBO too now, so I can start watching Game of Thrones. So our new Cox bill.
Nice, so I can just get your Game of Thrones or your HBO number.
$57 a month.
So you save 10.
For
you save 10
save
and you
10 and added HBO. So $57 a month. The only thing that I like to watch live that I cannot watch live is America's Got Talent.
But if we're being honest, it's not really 57, it's 100.
Yeah,
okay.
But still,
so for a user to do this, they went from 140 to 100.
Yeah, so $97 a month for 240 Well, okay, so I have tons of crap on my Apple TV now. Like, there's anything made by Discovery. So like, I don't.
Yeah, they have like
19
watch. Channels.
Yeah,
it's stupid.
Like we get all of those, but Richie likes some of that kind of stuff. Like I can put on a show about firefighters and watch that. There's like what's
I've heavily considered getting the new
what's the one with
Apple
Impractical
TV.
Jokers?
MTV?
No, it's not MTV.
I don't know. I don't watch a lot of TV.
Yeah, but like that channel, I have that channel. I have FX, I have Spike, TBS, TNT, AMC, like every single channel that I legitimately watch stuff through and I want to have access to, I'm getting that for cheaper than I would get doing Sling TV or any of that other crap, because you still have to pay for your internet. That's the thing, is that everybody's like, oh, I can get Sling TV for $30 a month or $35 a month.
So
or
wait,
whatever.
your Cox bill is $67 and you don't have an internet charge added to that?
That's including internet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah, including internet.
So you pay $100 a month for internet and TV.
Yeah, internet and TV, $100 a month.
What's your internet speed?
It's fast enough for what I need.
I don't care about that. Just
No. It is that it is fast enough for what I need.
You're not a gamer though, and
I have an Apple. I did game on the Xbox Live with the same internet connection that I have now.
So do you have 100 up, or do you have less than that?
I have less than that, but I have exactly what I need. I have an Apple TV.
I get that. I'm thinking for myself. There's no way I could use less than 100 meg download speed for what I do at my house.
Well, we have this show going on.
Right.
But let me finish what I was saying. I have an Apple TV that's streaming Netflix. I can have an iPad that's also streaming whatever I want to stream on that.
2 devices.
And 2 iPhones that are streaming crap
4 devices.
too. So, and the Apple TV is like a higher content because that's streaming it to
HD
the big,
and everything else too.
Yeah, like I have all of that streaming at the same time, and I can still get on my computer, do whatever I want to do, and I'm not having lag, I'm not having issues, it's not buffering. Most of all these people that are like, oh my gosh, I need gigabyte internet speeds, it's like, well,
only if you're streaming your gaming.
Yeah, unless you're
a Twitch
streaming
streamer,
content.
Yeah, if you're not streaming content, you don't need.
Yeah, unless
gigabit.
you're streaming content, you really
and the reason behind
that
streaming
much.
content needs for high download speeds, it's not high download, it's high upload.
Yeah.
But you can't get a high upload without the highest download.
Yep. And then the other thing that they get you is, I did not know this, but internet companies, you have data caps for your data usage at your home as well.
Right, it's 1 terabyte with Cox. It used to be unlimited until recently, and there's a big uproar about if you go up over 1 terabyte, they start charging you $15 per 5 or 100 gigs or something like that.
Yeah, it's something crazy like that. But yeah, so like the faster you get your speeds and all that kind of stuff, the more you're getting through as well too. And it's like I've never run into any issues with the speed that I have.
Yeah, the only issues speed wise I ever ran into was I use Wi-Fi on my whole house. Yeah. And my house is not an apartment, so I'm up 3 stories. So the Wi-Fi range is not good without a higher meg download. But my Wi-Fi router can only do 100 meg. Doing this show, we needed higher upload speeds, so we had to run a hard line out to the garage for this. Yeah. And pay for the higher level stuff. But yeah, the average TV user, no need for more than 30 meg download.
Yep. No and need. That's the problem, is that most people are paying for more than they actually. They're
convinced by the advertising.
I challenge
most people are paying for TV that they don't watch.
So Cox doubled their internet speed, so like mine's 50 megs if we're actually gonna come out and say it. And I run into no issues whatsoever with everything that I do. And I do a lot of streaming, download, not upload. And I never run into any issues with it.
Yeah, we watch. So we have PlayStation View, because it's like $29 a month. And I like when we're out of town for 3 weeks or the kids were gone, we turn it off. Yeah. There's no contracts.
Oh, true.
When it's football season, we pay the extra $5 a month for the next package up that has the Big Ten network, so we can watch the Huskers play.
Yeah. I do have Big Ten. I have Fox Sports.
Yeah, those are all extras on this, but it's $35.
Yeah.
The DVR capabilities included with it. The coolest part about the DVR with the PlayStation View is that if I go, ooh, I've always wondered what this Winona Earp show is. It's too bad it's 3 seasons in. I guess I could DVR the current season. It goes and puts them all on demand, so you can watch all 3 seasons like Netflix. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But after having it for like 6 months, we don't even watch TV.
Well, the Apple TV, it's based on the apps and like the content that they choose to provide. But like USA Network, I like the show Chrisley Knows Best. It's a guilty pleasure. I like that show. But they have every single episode from the beginning of the show is available on that app.
Yeah, like and the CBS app does that with Big Brother. They have
there's a lot of apps that they have that are starting to do that now. So it's like I'm also getting more on-demand content than I
still find myself watching Netflix more than anything
cable.
Else.
I don't touch Netflix at all anymore, really. Like between everything else I have access to, like I'm hardly ever in Netflix anymore.
I just watch Netflix because my seasons of shows, they'll just come on Netflix eventually.
And the biggest kicker is that Apple TV is adding Amazon Prime sometime this year, and they have a
that
TV
right there will
app.
Get me to buy the new version of Apple TV.
So they have a TV app that you go to, and you can click movies and browse by category, all that kind of stuff, search and everything, and it will search across everything that's available to you. So if there's movies on demand through TNT, TBS, USA, all those different channels, that on-demand content is searchable within there. So you're not going to...
that stuff is making me...
check Netflix.
That kind of thing makes me go more
here.
of the, I can now
upgrade.
Check Prime. Because like, what's kept me from buying a new Apple TV, because I have the 3rd generation one, is like, why?
Yeah.
I don't care. But something like a search feature like that, that's just totally worth going out and buying the new version.
Netflix is not included in that yet, but when they add Prime Video to it, like
Netflix and we're a Prime household. I've had Prime since the beta, but we have Fire Sticks all over the house because they stream PlayStation View. There's the app, CBS, which we use the app, and
so do you pay for a CBS channel?
No, the CBS app is free. If you want the in-depth content or the old versions of a lot of stuff, then you pay for it. Or if you want their CBS Access stuff, like the Big Brother live channel stuff, like the live, if you want to watch the live feeds and stuff like that, I will be paying for it when Star Trek comes out. Will I continue to pay for it is all depending on how much money and effort they put into Star Trek.
True.
That's what they're hoping for, though. They're hoping for enough. They're banking their app money and the future of their business, basically, on the Star Trek fandom. Will the Star Trek fans support CBS in charging them for
if they do a good job?
That's exactly right. Now, that being said, we're at 10:07.
Yes.
So next week's Critic Corner, we will discuss, is the new Star Trek going to be worthy? Because what we didn't get to was a Critic Corner today. You guys can have I like that transition. It's good. All right, guys.
I thought you were going like straight to the outro from there. That was nice.
We'll go to the outro here in a second, but we really appreciate everybody who watches. I thought it was a good conversation tonight. We'll continue on. Hit us up with any discussions you want to hear us. We've got a couple things left to talk about. Oh, no, we don't, because we don't really want to talk about this one. So we got through our topics for the night. Hit us up on Twitter. Hit us up on Facebook. Definitely here on the YouTube channel. And if you want to be a guest on the show, you can come on the show. We'll go to www.nbnb.rocks. That's our website, nbnb.rocks, because we like our drinks on the rocks. And you can be a guest on the show. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the vivisectors. Facebook at Nebraska Booze and Babble, on Instagram at NE Booze and Babble, and on Twitter at NE Booze and Babble. We appreciate everybody. Have an awesome night.